Hello, Nick Johnston with the latest from the Nine newsroom on the frenzy surrounding the football comeback of Ben Cousins. He's about to hold his first news conference since being picked up by Richmond in the pre-season AFL draft. It follows this morning's training session with his new Tiger teammates in front of excited fans at a packed Punt Road Oval. Christine Ahern is there, and Christine, Cousins can expect some tough questioning.
That's right, Nick. Ben Cousins has just entered the social club here where there is a packed media conference. He's accompanied by his new teammates. He's just behind me. Let's cross now to hear what Ben Cousins has to say.
Thanks everyone for coming along, and Merry Christmas. For those of you doubters that didn't think there was a Santa Claus, his name is Terry Wallace. He's up the back there, and he's made all this possible today. It's been a hell of a journey the last 12 months with everyone associated with Ben, but I guess the good news is today Ben's a Richmond player. And on that note, I'm pleased to hand him over, hopefully for good, to the Richmond Football Club and over to Jim.
Thanks, Ricky. Thanks, guys, for coming. With Ben today, we've got our captain Chris Newman and our vice captain Nathan Foley that are here to answer your questions as well. Obviously, given the volume of people here, it's not the right forum to go through every single question that you have today, so we'd like you to be a bit mindful of that, but we'll try and be as open and honest, and Ben wants to be as frank as he possibly can. We've also got some of the senior players here supporting Ben just to show that we're pleased to have him on board, so I'll hand it over to Ben.
Ben, how does it feel, mate, to be part of an AFL club again?
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm very grateful to Terry Wallace and the Richmond Football Club for putting the faith in me and giving me the opportunity to resurrect my football career. The last 12 months have been long. It has been humbling, but to be given the opportunity is fantastic.
Ben, do you feel it's up to you now to fit in with Richmond, or do you think Richmond's going to try and adapt to you?
Oh, it's very much up to me just to fit into the playing group and meet the requirements just like every other player.
Where are you at, Ben, at the moment in terms of your drug issues and drug habit?
Well, I think I've used the last 12 months to the best I can. I'm really proud of the time and the effort that I've put into my rehabilitation, and I feel more confident now than I ever have that I can contribute both on and off the field and lead a normal lifestyle whilst trying to get the best out of myself without the use of drugs.
Are you continuing on with that rehabilitation at the moment?
Yeah, that's the harsh reality of my affliction. It'd be nice to be able to dust myself off and leave it in the past, but yeah, it is ongoing stuff that I'm required to do.
What about the surveillance video that was spoken of in the Supreme Court yesterday, Ben? How do you respond to that?
I'm not familiar with it. I haven't read the papers today, but I guess it's like the 6 degrees of separation. Through the hard times that I've found myself in, people love to link me with other people that have found themselves in hard times. What doesn't get reported is a lot of the relationships or associations that I have with those people have been born out of sincere friendship, a common thread that we've sort of found ourselves in hard times, and in a lot of those cases they've been people that have played pretty significant roles in me getting to where I am today.
Are you friends with Angelo Venditti?
I know Angelo Venditti, yeah.
How well do you know him?
Oh, I know him reasonably well, along with probably a number of people in the footy industry. Yeah.
Does that cause you a problem, or the club a problem, that you have an association with somebody who's accused of being involved in the underworld?
I'm not sure. Listen, my association or friendship or contact with him has been nothing to do with anything of the criminal nature. And as far as I'm aware, I don't think he's been convicted yet. But that's not for me to go into. I would have, I was hopefully looking forward to today being about, putting the past in the past and moving on. Hopefully it won't be long before, the things that get spoken about me are more related to football and less about stuff like that.
Are you friends with John Kizon?
Have you actually got a footy question? Because you've been a knob at the moment.
No, I'm asking a question. This is legitimate.
Consistent for you, mate. Let's get on to a footy question. Someone
What about a bench in the 11th hour received by Richmond? What are your on-field footy goals for next year?
Yeah, I guess I have to sit down and assess that. Right the way through, I've had a pretty healthy confidence in my ability, but I come to the footy club, with no reputation as a footballer. I have to earn the respect from a training point of view, and I'm like every other player. I have to earn the right to play in the seniors, and as coming into the club at this stage of the pre-season, I'm behind the 8 ball and have a hell of a lot of work to do to fight my way into the side.
When the Commission made its decision on Monday, do you think it was all over?
Oh yeah, there's been definitely moments throughout, I guess, the last 6 weeks where I've really questioned whether I was going to get there. The last 12 months, everything I've done has been about giving myself the opportunity to play, and a lot of my concern or worry was about getting the clearance from the AFL Commission rather than finding a home at a football club, and it turned out to be quite the opposite. That the Commission gave us the green light, and then it became a tough battle to convince football clubs to take me on. I understand that with me it's not just a football situation or a football decision. There's a lot that comes with it, and because of the enormity of my issue throughout the last 12 months, it's a lot for a footy club to take on, and I'm grateful that the Richmond Footy Club's been able to do that.
So when Terry rang you on Monday night, did you feel like you had to convince him, almost plead your case?
Oh yeah, listen, I made contact with Terry a couple of weeks ago, and I after dusting myself off after the national draft, I went from being what I thought in my own mind a real good prospect to probably have to deal with the harsh reality of maybe not getting picked up, and that was probably the most testing time of the last 12 months. And then I the way I approached it was that I was just going to leave no stone unturned in exploring all my football options, and if anything came of it from then on, it was a bonus. Fortunately, I got the opportunity to sit before Terry and the football people at this footy club and convince them to give us a shot.
Ben, are you confident your body will stand up, Ben? Are you confident your body will stand up after a year out and given you hamstring problems in 07?
Yeah, listen, I understand I'm 30 and I've had 12 months off, but right the way through the time that I've spent away from the game, have put a lot of time and work into my body, so I'm confident that it's going to be able to hold up, but I guess the rigours of AFL football, you never really know till you get back into it.
Ben, you've been given a fresh start, and congratulations on that. Do you now have to leave some of your elements of the past behind you in terms of...
I would have thought.
Go on, this is obviously the forum that we can do that. We can get it out there and it's dealt with. Do you need to do that, do you think, or have you done that?
Yeah, listen, part of the last 12 months has been about learning about the situations that I can put myself in and some that I can't. Throughout this whole process, I'm still probably very early on in my recovery and coming to terms with, the changes in my lifestyle. Contrary to public opinion or what the press like to say, a lot of my associations with people think that are untoward or that have caused me to be in this situation, it couldn't be further from the truth. I'm a drug addict. Part of my rehabilitation and the program that I'm in is addicts helping other addicts, so it's not like I'm not going to have contact with people that have been in the situation that I have, and it's probably quite the opposite, that's the contact that I require to keep myself on a level playing field.
Do you think if you hadn't been picked up in either of these drafts, that would have been it? Or could you have come back, play somewhere else with you and had another crack?
I think it probably would have been over. If clubs overlook me, when I'm 30, I'm sure that another 12 months down the track wouldn't have made it any easier. I'm not sure how I would have responded in a football sense. I hadn't got that too far ahead with that. I may have gone back and played, half a dozen games in the waffle just to get back to playing footy because it's what I love doing.
And that's where we leave the Ben Cousins news conference. We'll have full coverage of his conference and this morning's first hit out with the Tigers tonight at 6.